EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin on this final day of 2023, New Year's Eve. The final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway, Week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So a new face at quarterback for the Titans in 2023. It's the 24-year-old rookie out of Kentucky, Charles, Will Levis.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different long night.
And Henry going to have a Titans first down as he'll get this up to midfield. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Levis to throw off play action. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. If you look at the defense for these Texans, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. After the penalty, it's Henry. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Levis. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield. And all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caleb Farley. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Under pressure, and down he goes. Marcus Jones racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. 3rd down and 13. Levis sets up to throw here. They'll set up the screen for Spears. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the 2nd overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
Partner, do we still count this as the holiday season?
A little bit of a gray area, but I think you can.
Okay, well, we just passed it, right? Well, the gifts keep coming to our guy, don't they?
They do.
I mean, think about this now. Clinch the playoff spot, Offensive Player of the Week in Week 16. I think he's going to keep going. I think he's going to keep firing away. I don't think they pull back at all.
Yeah, everybody for them rounding into form right now. Danico Autry able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. The Texans at 12-3 now on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 18 carries, 108 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
Now a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
Eluding the pressure right. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A shotgun snap to Stroud. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. There to make the stop was John.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it 2nd and 7. And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Drop 60, drop 60.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Stroud looking to throw.
And he's got his big tight end here. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Stroud. To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
You do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Third and short. It's Levis. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Pierce now up the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
On second down, it's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Give left side for Pierce. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now here's Stroud. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Tank Dell with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Texans take a 3-touchdown lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything. Derrick Henry all alone, and they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Henry up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. On first down, Levis.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
2nd and 7. Levis. On the slide, complete to Hopkins.
Touchdown, Titans! DeAndre Hopkins. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Folk connects on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started. The way that they're going about doing things right now, they've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties, and then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Danico Autry. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
He's got it to Collins, complete.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. That is caught by Dell.
Touchdown!
Take Dell.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Titans offense going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
1st and 10. Here's Levis.
And
his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Levis's throw pulled in by Hopkins. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Levis now on 1st and 10. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Levis looking to throw. That one's taken in by Spears. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Levis to throw it. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Folk's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside.
To think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15, and it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. He's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stroud on third down now. And that will be incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Dorsett on the return. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. 1st and 10, it's Levis. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. And they'll get it up just short of the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Levis back to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 2. Running from the gun with Henry. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Levis now on second down. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Folks, kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Houston's offense taking over again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 6. Here's Stroud. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Now Levis. His throw incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Levis sets up to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? You try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Levis. He gets this one to Burks.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Here's Levis. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 12-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff running left, Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry
with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And this is back to an 8-point game.
This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Houston set to take over. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Stroud, he's going to audible to something else.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
They'll let this go deep for Collins.
They've got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one, each with a pick-6 today.
They are even there, but we still have to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now?
And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a 2-point game. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick-6, but look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out. And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
And now an audible here into something else. On second down, here's Pierce. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. And they're going to speed things up here.
Brings up third down.
Cowboy 80!
Pierce will try to pick it up. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Pierce. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it. And he fires one incomplete.
The offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Got it? 18, 5 in. Let's go.
Third and goal, Stroud. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. Off the play fake, Levis. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
That sack doesn't change their offensive game plan. They always want to air it out and try and get the ball downfield quickly. They're going to have to block a little bit better, though, because the urgency and pressure just increase. Twice the distance now just to get a first down, and almost down to try and get it.
And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Levis. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's Nico Collins, and this offense getting set to go for another drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
The Texans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Keenum going to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Meanwhile, Levis's throw is on target to Burks. Finding space at the 40.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Levis.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
2nd and 10. Here's Levis.
DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Levis throwing again on 2nd down.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Levis to throw.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
The throw over the middle taken in.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Levis. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And it's a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Titans put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead.
So a big 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming for the Titans.
Back to throw, Levis.
And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So Stroud and the Texans down 34-31. Exactly 1 minute remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Keenum.
He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Just over 50 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10. Keenum.
And this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
4th down, 10 yards to go.
Now Keenum, got to have this one. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Man, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Now Keenum.
He gets this one to Mechie.
They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here comes 2nd down.
To throw is Keenum. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Now Keenum. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
Levis takes a knee here, and that should just about do it. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making